I've never had anyone come to me and say, you know, I really would like to apologize to you. I was tough on you.
Right.
Never. They wanted to break me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 17, the finale episode. Now, before we get into things, I want to be extremely transparent. This video is going to be more of a rant video because I was disappointed by this finale. Bravo, y'all know that this should have been chopped up into 2 more episodes because for you guys to jam the last 3 days of the vacation into 1 episode, no ma'am. On top of that, I want to get into the glaring issue at hand that the majority of this cast is unlikable, insufferable, and at their big ages still want to be mean girls. And it's not fun to watch. Nobody wants to show their real lives. Nobody has a real storyline. It's pretty much become, let's pick on Sutton and call it a day. And just so we're clear, I'm whacking damn near everybody except for Garcelle. Between the finale episode, Watch What Happens Live, and then the after show, everybody showed their behinds. Erika and Boz come to the front. Let me whack you guys together because on Watch What Happens Live, when Andy asked you, how do you feel about Garcelle's departure? And y'all sat there being all shady, making faces. Then you have Boz saying, Erika, say something. Boz, you're a grown woman. Last time I checked, right? Why don't you say something? You're following behind Erika. I said, what's this? And Boz, I'm upset because I really rode for you all season long. And now I feel like you're playing in my face because the answer that you gave was so weak. And I'm like, what's going on? You and Garcelle have some beef?
Finale day with Garcelle's announcement that she was departing from the show. Thoughts on that announcement? Ladies. Neither of you?
Erika, say something.
You say something.
Because I'm not understanding why you seem to be so pressed about Garcelle announcing her exit. And like I told you in my video about Garcelle's exit, I said, Boz, don't get too comfortable because with Garcelle leaving, they might quickly turn on you. So I would just watch my back if I were you. Erika, I don't understand this hate in your heart for Garcelle because you shaded her at every single turn. And you're another one who feels like you can say what you want about people, but when they clamp back and get you together, then you're mad. And then you want to go for a low blow. Because that comment that you made in last week's episode saying, oh, Garcelle peaked in the 90s, and then Garcelle got you when she said, well, I'm married for love, not for money. So when you were in the clubhouse on Tuesday night, you looked in that camera and you said, Garcelle, stop. We both married ugly white men who cheated on us, so now what? I said, hold on, because at least Garcelle married somebody that she was in love with. He was the same age as her. He had some money in the bank. He was an agent at CAA. He looked a lot better than Tom did. So not too much about calling somebody else's husband ugly. Because baby, look at who you married. Tom and Michael Darby are neck and neck. So again, not too much. That was so nasty of you to say. And what really sent me over was when you shaded her beach home. That whole comment about, I mean, it's just a beach house in Bakersfield. So because it's not in Malibu or the Pacific Palisades or wherever else, it's not good enough? I want to ask you a question. Where's your beach house? What do you own? I'll wait, because the last time I checked, the home that you're in now is a rental. And do you own that brand new Porsche or is it leased? I just said the gall and the audacity. If you don't like Garcelle, that's one thing, that's cool, but don't sit up here and try to diminish what she's done. That's a huge deal to own 2 beautiful homes. The point remains, she owns 2 homes. What do you own? Erika, I tried to wipe the slate clean and give you a fair chance this season, and I did that. I was objective. At the beginning, I was enjoying you. But you have reverted right back to that ice queen, mean girl stuff, and it's not cute and it's not fun. Your appearance with Boz on Watch What Happens Live has me feeling like I don't want to keep watching the show anymore because I don't want to watch this. Y'all don't realize how bad you guys made yourselves look in that clubhouse. And that's why Garcelle's going to keep winning, because she's gracious. She knows how to handle herself with dignity, and you know nothing about that. Because for you to fix your mouth and say the things that you said about Garcelle, who hasn't done anything to you, I might add, it was alarming. And again, Bose, I know that the ladies have received you so far, but if I were you, I would just keep this in the back of my mind, and I would have a side eye for Erika. Because best believe when you piss them off or don't do what they want you to do, they'll be coming for you next. And I also was surprised that Erika would say such a nasty thing about Garcelle's beach home, knowing that her new best friend, Bose, lost her beach home in the fires a few months ago. I was so over it, and I can finally be honest. This season of Beverly Hills was a disappointment. I was let down, and I want to personally apologize to you for getting your hopes up, because I know that in the first 5 episodes, I was like, oh my gosh, guys, we're in for a good season. They're about to eat down. I was really hyping it up. I had hope. But you know what? I want to personally tell you guys that I was wrong. This was a complete letdown. And this finale was rushed. It was thrown together. And it was boring. Now, Miss Sutton Strack, let me get you together, because girl, this desperate behavior on the finale episode and then on the after show you said, even though Kyle doesn't like me, I still want to be her friend. Are you okay? And all throughout this finale episode, you're whining and wailing and moping and sulking about how the cool girls don't want to play with you on the playground. And at what point in your life do you say, I'm enough? Everybody's not going to like me, but I like myself, I value myself, and I'm going to be good whether they like me or they don't. To see you begging like this is a different level of pathetic. And I told you this in my latest video. Since Garcelle has announced her departure, you need to see yourself out too. Because if I'm being honest, Sutton is not mentally strong enough for this show. The constant crying, she's too sensitive. She just doesn't know how to argue well. She's so consumed with validation from people who don't like her. She's not going to fare well without her friend. So Sutton, do all of us a favor. Do yourself a favor. Protect your sanity and your peace and get off the show. And since we're on the topic of protecting your peace, today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Who's your support system and how have they changed your life? Think about your favorite leaders, mentors, and celebrities. They don't have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or seek support from their community. In a society that glorifies hyper-independence, it's easy to forget that we're all better when we have a support system behind us. Therapy can be a source of support for any area of your life. It's time to shift the focus from doing it all to knowing that we're better when we ask for help. Now, y'all know me. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I'm a fan of therapy. I think that it's important because everybody, no matter how put together you think somebody is, everybody on this earth has issues. And there is no shame in talking to somebody about them and unpacking. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. And you can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/BrookeAshley today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BrookeAshley. Now again, I let you guys know that it's not going to be a traditional recap where I'm going scene by scene by scene. I'm going to only touch on the scenes that I actually cared about, and that's going to be that. So without further ado, let's just get right on into it because you guys already know that we don't have a minute to spare. So we open up the finale episode with the continuation of the boat ride from hell. Sutton's off by herself, crying. We see Jennifer Tilly come and get her some water. And I have to say, Jennifer Tilly is such a sweet friend. So, you know, we have the cool girls, Kyle, Dorit, and Erika in the water, having some fun. Bose and Garcelle are off to the side talking to each other about this drama between Sutton versus everybody. So now we cut right back to Jennifer Tilly and Sutton talking, and Jennifer Tilly's like, this whole thing, it feels like a fox hunt where they're all coming against you. So then she says, I'm so astonished at how the girls just don't like you. So Sutton is upset by that, and she's like, okay, thanks a lot. But I said, Sutton, sometimes you have to hear difficult things. And Jennifer Tilly pointing out that these women don't like you that should tell you maybe this needs to be my last season on this show. Because I don't care what anybody says. Even the strongest of us mentally would still find it to be soul crushing to have to show up around enemies day in and day out. It's not fun. And after a while, it's going to eat at your soul. And the money and the fame are not going to be worth it. But Jennifer Tilly pointing out that these girls don't like you, that was her way, in my opinion, of her saying, Sutton, girl, it's time to go. Let's clock out. Let's wrap this up. These women are not for you. So now they're off the boat. Everybody's back in their rooms getting ready for the night. And Bo says that she's aware that morale is low after what happened on the boat, but she wants to make sure that they have a good time tonight. So mind you, they're going to have dinner on the beach, but they're also going to be going to some vendors on the beach as well. There's going to be music playing, so it's going to be fun. So we see everybody in glam, and we cut to Garcelle, Sutton, and Jennifer Tilly's villa, right? We have Jennifer Tilly asking Sutton if she's going to be okay tonight. So Sutton says, yeah, I mean, I'll be fine as long as I'm not around Dorit or Erika. Because remember, they wore her out on that boat. So Jennifer Tilly points out that that attack on Sutton felt very rehearsed. It felt like they had gone over all their notes. And then she says, there's obviously an alliance between some of these women. And I said, Jennifer Tilly, duh, where have you been? It's been an alliance. This is not new. This is not rocket science. This is not a breakthrough discovery. This is old news. They formed that stupid group in season 9. So yeah, girl, they have been clicked up for quite some time. So now we see Garcelle in the bathroom with her glam team, and Sutton walks in. And Garcelle's like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? I wanted to talk to you about something from earlier today, about Kyle not having your back on the boat. So Sutton's already emotional, and she says, I know, and to think that we had such a great weekend in Augusta, I really thought that Kyle was on my side. And I said, Sutton, Kyle only agreed to go on that trip because it meant more camera time and a free trip. That's it, and that's all. For you to think that a weekend trip back home was going to solidify your friendship, you're delusional. I don't know how many times it's going to take for you to finally get it through your pea brain that Kyle does not like you. Because Garcelle even says in this scene right here that Kyle left you out to dry. She said nothing on that boat. And you're still acting like you don't get it. You act like your head is in the clouds when it comes to Kyle. So now Sutton gets to crying, and she's like, you know, I've just had enough. I can't do this anymore. They wanted to break me on that boat. They've been trying to break me down since I joined this group. And I said, Sutton, what does that tell you? If a group of people are always trying to break you down, that is a clear indicator that you are not meant to be in that space. Find people who want to be around you. I've run out of patience with Sutton because she's breaking her own heart, and it does not have to be this way. Stop crying about folks not liking you. Find folks who like you back. These women are not your tribe, and that's okay. You have Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly right there. For whatever reason, you look at their friendship as like a placeholder friendship, like it's second tier. I don't know how many more times I can say it. I don't have any more sympathy or any more F's to give when it comes to this. And this went on for the remainder of the episode, with Sutton just crying about how they don't like her. Ma'am, it's time to grow up and get some self-esteem. And you have the resources. You are a very rich woman. Go on and hire a therapist, a life coach. Do what you gotta do. Get some more hobbies. Get a makeover if that's going to help. I'm not being shady when I say that. I'm just saying, you know, a makeover can do wonders. But something has got to give. Because like I keep saying, the self-worth and the self-esteem is not there. Because if it were there, you would not be chasing after folks who don't like you. Because this makes no sense. And I'm honestly afraid for you if you remain on this show with Garcelle not there. Because heaven help you, it's gonna be a rough road. Get off the ride while you still can. And what made things worse was when production played that montage of all the times they just bashed Sutton. I said, Sutton, low key, you should have left the show a long time ago.
Be quiet, Miss Small Town. I'm so worried about my motherfucking reputation. You shut up.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Nothing. Shut the up.
Talk out of both sides of your mouth.
Well, so do you.
No, I don't.
You. Don't be a bitch, Sutton.
So Garcelle's like, look, girl, get your makeup done, get dressed, let's have fun tonight. And now Sutton walks off and she's like, I can't do this tonight, like I'm over it. And now we cut to Garcelle's confessional where she says, look, I'm not saying that Sutton is innocent. She does put her foot in her mouth, but when she's angry and feels cornered, it's not going to be good for anybody. And I said, Garcelle, they're not afraid of her. Because I can tell you right now, Erika, Kyle, and Dorit don't give a damn about Sutton's anger. They're laughing at her. So nobody's going to be affected but her. So now Jennifer Tilly walks up to Garcelle and she's like, hey, what's going on? I saw that Sutton went to her room. She was upset. And Garcelle's like, yeah, we talked about what happened on the boat earlier, and I told her that Kyle does not support her the way she supports Kyle. So Miss Jennifer Tilly clocks it as well, and she's like, yeah, I've noticed that too. And now we cut to Garcelle saying that she's been saying this for years, and how Kyle's loyalty will always be to Erika and Dorit, and not Sutton. So now we have everybody meeting in Bose's villa before they go out for dinner and the vendors to shop. And so when I tell you everybody is dressed nicely, and we have Kathy Hilton dressed like she's going to bed. She had on a t-shirt and some shorts. I said, Kathy, I know I get on Sutton about looking frumpy and very much like a grandma, but the same thing for Kathy Hilton, because she also looks very frumpy. And I don't know what this outfit was. I said, Kathy, you can't have a nicer outfit than that? Now, mind you, everybody's at Bose's villa except for Sutton. So Bose is like, oh yeah, where's she at? So Garcelle's trying to cover for her and she says, oh yeah, she's still getting dressed. And now Jennifer Tilly says, there's been a glitch in the Matrix. So they're all like, what does that mean? So when I tell you that Jennifer Tilly put her friend on blast, she's like, she's really upset about what happened earlier today. She's in her feelings and she's hurt. One thing about Erika that has always pissed me off is how smug she is. Because she says, oh, her feelings are hurt? I only asked a question the same way that her and everybody else asked me questions. And I said, Erika, they asked you questions because your husband was a fraud who stole millions of dollars from innocent victims. So yeah, people are going to ask you questions when stuff like that hits the fan. Erika is always trying to compare apples to oranges and it drives me insane. So Jennifer Tilly addresses how Sutton felt like it was a coordinated effort, it was a planned attack, and now Erika is really pissed off because how dare anybody accuse her of attacking people. So of course Erika's like, I'm insulted because I don't need to rally the troops up. It's my effing opinion. I said, girl, if you don't stop. And it was weird because Erika seemed like she was upset with Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly about what they were saying. You guys wanted to know where Sutton was, right? They're telling you, yeah, she's still in her room because she's upset. So why are you mad at them? So now Dorit pops in and she's like, oh, it wasn't that at all. And now you have Jennifer Tilly saying, look, Sutton is my friend. I'm not trying to fight her battles. I'm just telling you guys what's what. So now Garcelle jumps back in and says, honestly speaking, Sutton feels like she's been ganged up on since she's joined this group. Now, Garcelle and Jennifer, especially Garcelle, you know how this group operates, and a lot of that is in gaslighting. They're never going to own up to what they've done. So you bringing up how Sutton always feels like she's been attacked, they're not going to say, oh yeah, you're right, Garcelle, we have attacked her, and we're sorry about that. And also, Garcelle, Sutton has never had your back. She never speaks up for you. Let Miss Tilly do all the talking. I would have sat there and just drank my margarita or rum punch or champagne and kept it moving. I wouldn't feel the need to speak up for Sutton. So Erika and Dorit both say that Sutton knows how to dish it, but she can't take it, and they're not here for that. And that's real rich coming from the both of y'all, because you guys are the definitions of you can dish it but can't take it. But I'ma just leave that alone. Now, when Garcelle pointed out that all Sutton really wants is loyalty from Kyle and how she did not have Sutton's back on the boat, why did Kyle get mad at Garcelle? I was really pissed by that because I said, Garcelle is only relaying information to you. Why are you getting mad at the messenger? It's the truth. You know it. We know it. Your castmates know it. Sutton wants your approval. She wants your friendship. She wants you to have her back. She has said that to your face. So for you to be mad at Garcelle, I was just like, girl, hold on. So of course Kyle's deflecting and she's like, what's everybody on? I didn't see Garcelle speaking up for her on the boat, and that's her friend too. Like, do you hear yourself right now? And I said, Garcelle sat this one out, rightfully so. after years of always having Sutton's back. It was somebody else's turn to finally have Sutton's back. Now, when the ladies are on the beach, they're shopping with the vendors. We see Jennifer Tilly buying some bracelets. Sutton finally joins them. She's obviously in a pissy mood, and I said, Sutton, honestly, you were better off staying in the villa, ordering some room service, and watching some TV, because your mood was in the toilet. You were just miserable. But Jennifer Tilly does let Sutton know that she did tell the ladies what was said earlier, and Sutton's like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? Because she already knows that it's about to be more problems for her. So now we have Kyle walk up to them, and Jennifer Tilly leaves. She was like, I do not want any parts of this. This is between you guys. So Kyle starts things off, and she's like, look, I already know what you said about me. You feel like I don't have your back. I don't support you. And this conversation was draining because you have Sutton trying to defend herself. Kyle's not here for it because Sutton says, I feel like I've been pummeled in this group. It's been hard for me for all 5 years. I've been attacked. And now you have Kyle saying, well, we've all been there. We've all had those moments. It's not just you. And Kyle is famous for that. Kyle can never let anybody have their moment. She loves to say, well, you're not the only one about whatever you're talking about. I have always called Kyle out for her self-centeredness. It drives me up the wall. And I said, Sutton, save your breath and save your sanity and just walk away. Trying to get sympathy out of Kyle is like trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip. It's not going to happen. So now Sutton's about to break down in tears again, and she's like, you know what, I don't want to do this tonight. And Kyle's like, well, let's not do it then. So Kyle walks away, and now we see Kathy walk up to Sutton, and Kathy's comforting her. She's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And Sutton is like, I just want to be one of the pretty Barbie dolls like the other girls. I said, Sutton, for the love of God, if you don't go and get your butt in a therapist chair like yesterday, I'm going to scream. Enough is enough. That woman is deeply insecure. And it proves my point about Erika, Kyle, and Dorit do not find her cool. They view her as the granny of the group, awkward, annoying. They just don't like her. And yes, are those shallow reasons? Yes, they are. But let's be so for real. A lot of adults, especially in certain circles, do operate like that. If you don't have a coolness, a swag to you, if people don't view you as attractive, if there's no sex appeal, people don't want to be around you. And that sounds harsh, but unfortunately, that's how it is. And they don't view Sutton as on their level in that way. And that's why, even though she has the money, they just don't see it for her. But Sutton, you crying about how you want to be a Barbie just like them, I said, oh my gosh, it's time to leave the show. It's time to leave the fair. You're not having a good time. Why keep putting yourself through this? Don't give anybody that satisfaction that you are begging for their love or friendship or whatever. I'll be damned. I will go solo any day of the week before I'm out here begging for anybody's attention, friendship, love. I'm not doing it. I really pray for Sutton and people who are suffering in that situation like Sutton is. I pray that they ask to be released from wanting things and people who do not want them back. Because this really has Sutton in a chokehold. And to see this play out on national TV, a grown-ass woman begging for people to like her, is just sad. It's beneath her. Sutton, you've got to get some healing. You need to call up Iyanla Van Zant, somebody, because, girl, something's wrong. Now, this dinner scene with them at the table on the beach, Sutton was the odd woman out. They were not paying Sutton any mind. I said, Sutton, you were better off going back to that villa and eating by yourself, because those women were not checking for you in the least bit. And you were too afraid to even sit at the table. The way you were stalling to sit down, I said, girl, again, go to the restaurant at the hotel and maybe eat at the bar. Don't subject yourself to all this because you are clearly hurting. Now, Kathy, when you got up to go to the restroom and then you came back and you announced that you had peed in your pants, I said, are you okay? Kathy, for somebody with so much money and so much status, you sure act like you haven't been out. Because who does that? And you wouldn't stop saying it either. You were like, oh yeah, I tinkled in my shorts. I'm like, girl, Go back to the villa and take a shower. Sutton, I have to whack you for the 1,000th time again, because you crashing out at the table, I had secondhand embarrassment. They all go around the table, they're doing impressions of each other. Kyle does an impression of Jennifer Tilly. One thing about Kyle, I can always give her her 10s. She really does excel with impressions. So her Jennifer Tilly was spot on. So they're all laughing, and now we have Erika doing an impersonation of, I think, Sutton, because she has a very exaggerated Southern accent. So I guess because Sutton's in a pissy mood, she starts trying to overtalk Erika with an even more exaggerated Southern accent. And at this point, it's so embarrassing that they're all like, girl, are you okay? Jennifer Tilly was like, I just want to leave the table and go back home because what is going on? I'm uncomfortable. And Sutton, I've said this before, but you don't know how to argue. There's an art to everything, especially arguing. You have to know when to go at it with somebody, and you have to know when to be quiet and pay folks dust. You are too reactive, and that's your downfall. You let these women get a rise out of you every single time. You always take the bait, and you always lose. Trying to throw shade with the impersonations, it made you look dumb. Nobody was amused. They thought that it was weird. And you embarrassed yourself. I said, oh my gosh, Sutton is going out sad. I'm going to ask you one more time, Sutton. Do you honestly think that it makes sense for your mental well-being to stay on this show without Garcelle? Now remember, it's also Erika and Dorit's birthdays, so the waiters come out and bring them 2 separate cakes with their faces on them. So as they're cutting the cake, you have Sutton saying, oh no, I don't want any, I'm good. And I just said, Sutton, you are better off skipping dinner. You were miserable the entire dinner. Now it's the next day, we get 2 parallel scenes. We have Garcelle, Jennifer Tilly, and Kyle on the beach, and then we have Bose and Sutton on an excursion making chocolate. I'm not gonna hold you. The beach scene with Kyle, Garcelle, and JT, it was cute. Not a whole lot happened. They discussed the whole dynamic between Kyle and Sutton yet again. I was annoyed because you have Kyle playing dumb. Well, I just don't understand why it's a big deal for me to stick up for her. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do this. Kyle, you know that Sutton worships the ground that you walk on. And I wish that Garcelle would just let this go. Let Sutton bring this up. And Garcelle, you just sit back and rest. It's not your fight. You're aware that your friend, for whatever reason, has self-esteem issues. She wants to follow behind folks who don't like her. It is what it is. Jennifer Tilly is my kind of girl, especially on vacation. I loved how she said, I want to order a pina colada and some pulled pork sliders and some fish tacos. I said, oh, absolutely. My mouth was watering because the way I love fish tacos and some pulled pork sliders, I said, oh, and I love a pina colada too. So yes, I said, Jennifer Tilly, you and I are right here. And I also love how Jennifer Tilly knows that she's rich, enjoys being rich, and she knows how to be rich the right way. She's not obnoxious about it. She's fun with it. She enjoys her money. She likes to spend, and it is what it is. I love it. But when they were talking about next steps for Kyle and Mauricio, and so Jennifer Tilly said, look, the nicest people can change. Get a divorce lawyer. So then she tells us a story of how her ex-husband told her, we have $700 grand in the bank. I'll give you half of that. And so her friend told her, girl, get a lawyer. And Kyle's even asking if she got more money than $350. And Jennifer Tilly says, yeah, I got a part of The Simpsons. And then when she said, you think I buy my diamonds from my Chucky money? No, I get that from The Simpsons, honey. I said, I know that's right. She said the money from the Chucky movies, that's her snack money. I said, oh, girl.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Bose and Sutton making chocolate because Bose wants Sutton to know that she does want to be her friend and get to know her even more, even though she is good friends with Dorit. Now, a quick side note, I could not stop laughing when Sutton bit into a chunk of butter because she thought that it was white chocolate. I said, girl, not you bit into the butter. I'm not going to hold you. We can breeze right past this scene because it was more of the same thing. Sutton was just whining to Bose about how Kyle favors Dorit and Erika over her. Sutton, you know the reason, you know the answer. They don't like you. Let's move on. All of this, I just don't understand. Why does Kyle favor them over me? And it feels like Kyle and them can fight and argue. And when I say something, we just can't get back on track. I just don't get it. Oh, poor me. Sutton, I'm not doing this. I'm not. And you making that comment about how when Erika and Dorit look at you, they feel a way because of where they are in life and where you are in life. And when Bose was like, ooh, like, what does that mean? And you're like, no, it's the truth. And I said, respectfully, despite you having the money that they would love to have, the credit score, the Black American Express in her wallet, they still would not want to trade places with her. And Sutton, I need you to come to grips with that. And then Sutton, when you said that you had a come to Jesus moment, I said, did you? Because if you did, Jesus would have told you, girl, get off of this show. It's causing you nothing but pain and stress. And I don't want that for my child. So please get off the show for your sake. So I don't know about you having a come to Jesus moment, because if you did, you wouldn't be here still talking about the same thing. So now it's the evening and everybody's getting ready for their last night in Saint Lucia. And it's carnival season in Saint Lucia, right? So you know that you're in the costumes, you look really sexy, you have the feathers, the headdress, like it's a whole to-do. So everybody's changing into their bathing suits and their G-strings to put on. We even see Miss Sutton Strack in a thong. I was like, okay, Sutton, never thought I would see the day, but here we are. Now, Erika, while you pissed me off, you did that. Erika looked good. I thought Kyle looked good. Bose was giving all that body. I said, okay, Bose. Now, mind you, it's their last night in St. Lucia, and this dinner should be fun. So Miss Erika completely blew me when she was like, I just want to say something. I was told that what happened on the boat was a planned attack. Who said that? Was it you? Was it you? And she's pointing to Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly. And I said, how dare you? Who do you think you are? And I'm so sick and tired of the fans gassing up Erika's head like she's some tough guy, some mob boss. No, girl, who the F are you talking to? This is over and done with. Let this go. We are on vacation. It's our last night. We have these gorgeous costumes on. Let's just enjoy the vibes. So Jennifer Tilly's like, look, Erika, I'm sorry that you're hurt by that comment. I was just asking because that's how it looked to me. So now Erika says, I need to say something. I want to clear it up right now. I did not plan an attack on anybody. And then she says, it's important that everybody knows that because it was only my opinion. I said, again, we don't care. We don't need some big press conference over this stupid comment. Erika wants to drag this out for a storyline at the last minute. Baby, we've moved on. We've checked out. So Erika says, again, it was not a planned attack. That's it and that's all. So now Garcelle jumps in and says, Erika, I just want to say, as we're building our friendship, I really appreciate that and I believe you. So Erika says, thank you. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, are you guys still friends? Because those shots that Erika took on Watch What Happens Live, I highly doubt it. So I'm sure that this friendship is now over. But we see the ladies toast to the trip, and now we have them all join the other guests for the beach party. And it looked lit. They're on stage with the DJ dancing. And I said, I wish that we had seen more of that, because this trip was dominated by the nonsense with Sutton whining, Erika and Dorit and Kyle. Like, we didn't get any of the fun. And shame on production, because in the trailer, there were so many snippets of them on the vacation having fun. So the fact that they focused more on the arguments says a lot. We do see their final title cards. We see that Garcelle's happy to be a grandmother to her first granddaughter. Bose and Keely are still working on having a baby the natural way. He finally said, I love you. I said, okay, Bose. I'm gonna just leave it there. Oh, you know what? Let me not, because I saw that you tried to throw shade at Sutton in the clubhouse because of you were called in saying, how do you feel about Sutton saying that you need to watch out for Keely? It looks like there's red flags. And you were like, oh, well, Sutton shouldn't be talking because She doesn't even have a man. And I said, really, Bose? In the year of our Lord 2025, you're talking about somebody not having a man as some sort of shade? Girl, folks are trying to help you out because your man looks like a grifter, okay? We're concerned for you. But since you are so hell-bent on your man, then have at it. They flip to Kyle and it says that Kyle and Mauricio are still at a stalemate when it comes to what's next. We see Dorit. It says that her and PK have no plans on getting back together. Sutton's was things between her and Dorit are still on ice, but things between her mom are heating up. They're better than ever. And then we close out the episode with Erika back in LA, and she's talking about the recent news about Tom, and I don't care.
No.
Erika acting like she's the victim in all this. Absolutely not. But that was the finale. And like I told y'all at the top of this recap/rant, they could have done a lot better with this finale. It did not need to be a supersized episode. Not a whole lot happened. And it felt rushed. Overall, if I had to grade this season, I would give it a 6.5. You guys barely passed. I expected so much more. And I think that it's time for Beverly Hills to look into a revamp. Because we're seeing a lot of these women are here for the check and they are not giving anything. Erika's time has been up. Kyle's time has been up for a long time, if you ask me. And it's been a real insult to see her play around with her storyline for the last 2 seasons. Dorit, you tried, but yeah, if they don't bring you back, I wouldn't be upset. Sutton, for your own well-being, it's time to go. Bose, if you want to stay and be a part of the Fox Sports 5, have at it. But I can assure you that I don't think a lot of us will be watching. So good luck to you and God bless. But guys, those are my thoughts. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and you already know what to do. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye.